Welcome back to another video, guys. This is Chris all here with Ray's Landscaping, and this video is going to be very brief. As you know, spring rush is less than a month away, and it's a couple things that I want you to keep in mind. Everybody is at different points in their business. You may just be starting out, or you may been in it for a while. But when it comes to pricing, don't be the cheap guy. So this year I made a format: small, medium, and large. So when they call in, what size is your property? Boom, we give them a price right there on the spot. Of course, ask a couple questions if they have gates, that sort of thing, because that's going to differ on the price. And I made it that way to make it simple for me. One, so I can get the prices out quick, and two, it's made it a lot easier. I don't have to go look stuff up. I don't have to ask 1,000 questions. It is what it is, and we're gonna roll with it. Another tip when it comes to pricing: figure out how much you want to make per job or per hour, and times that number by how long you think the job is going to take you to complete. After that, you have your number, and stick to it. Stick to it. This works well on project jobs. That's why estimating is very important, because if you budget a job out for, let's say, 3 hours, but it actually takes you 5 hours, you losing money. You know what I mean? So that's where efficiency score comes into play. You need to know how efficient you are when it comes to pricing these jobs. That's how you're gonna know if you're making money or if you're losing money. But that's besides the point. But just find out what you want to make per job or per hour, and you stick to that number. Do not go under that number. Do not be the cheap guy. Take that number, times about how long you think it's gonna take you to do the job, then boom, there's your number. Made simple, guys. Don't make it hard. Don't make it hard. Create that playbook and create that number and stick to it. Do not let the clients try to negotiate with you or change the scenario. Don't do that. Every client is not going to be fit for you or your business, and that's okay. And like I mentioned, guys, everybody's going to be at different points in their business. Like right now, my overhead is growing like crazy, dude, because I keep adding more stuff. Right now, I just added a AI call center to take the calls for me. So that's another expense that I got added on. And we haven't even started the actual mowing season yet. You know what I mean? And that's another expense that I'm gonna have to pay for. Storage, insurance, the list just goes on and on. As you grow, you'll add more to your overhead. But not saying that that's a bad thing, but you got to make sure that you accommodate for that. You can't be charging the same amount for mowing prices that you was before you started to grow, because it's just not gonna make sense financially. You're gonna be doing a whole bunch of work for free. Every client is not gonna be for you, so you need to decide on what's your ideal client. What does that look like? And once you decide that, you're gonna know who you need to go after and how to go after them. And anybody else that comes into the mix or try to get on your rotation, you tell them, I'm sorry, but we can't accommodate that. I spoke to a lady today, and she reached out to me about mowing a little under 3 acres of land. She telling me what the previous guy had bidded her, and that's fine. I don't have nothing to do with that, but I'm not gonna try to compete with his price. I'm not gonna lower my price. I'm not gonna try to negotiate with you or nothing. You're just not the client for me. I'm not gonna lower the value of my business to accommodate your needs. This is important, guys. This is important. One thing that you cannot do is exchange your time for the value of money. So that's why, as I've grown in the business and as I've been in it for a while, I had to learn this the hard way. You don't want to bid jobs too low, because you're gonna get out there and you're gonna be like, dang, I'm about to be out here all day and I'm not gonna make shit, honestly. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you've probably been in this situation before. Or if you're watching this video, hopefully you don't get in that situation. You know what I mean? Because pricing is everything, guys. Pricing is everything. Like I said, you figure out what your hourly rate is, and you times that by how long you think that job is gonna take you, and whatever that number come out is, you roll with it. You might think like, dang, it's a little high, but shoot for it. Stick to it. If you stick to the numbers, you can't go wrong. It's important to have an idea of how long the job might take you. I know as you do more jobs, you'll get better at this, but you need to be in the ballpark when it comes to estimating, because like I said, you don't want to price the job for 3 hours and it take you 5 hours. You losing money. That's not the way to go. And also moving forward, as you get more jobs like that, you'll know how to price it, and you'll know how to accommodate for that. You know, like, oh yeah, this right here is gonna take us 4 hours. It ain't gonna take 2 hours. And also another thing I had to learn too, guys, when you out there bidding those jobs, if you have help, if you have a helper or a crew or whatever the case may be, don't bid the job on how long you think the job will take you, because I know that you can get it done a lot faster than one of your guys will. And that's something I had to learn too. I get out there on a project, oh yeah, this right here take us 3 hours tops, and I get out there and we roll it into 5 hours. I'm like, what the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, something is not right. So you don't want to be in that situation. So if you have to bid high, push it back a little bit more, because I know that my guys are not going to be as efficient as me, for one, because it's not their business. You know what I mean? So they're not. They gonna make good money. They will, but it's just not their business, and they will not move the way you move. So that's why when it comes to budgeting, make sure that you budget that job the right way so you can price the right way. And you don't want to be the cheap guy. If you getting everything accepted just to get the schedule filled, that's fine. But once you get it filled and you start getting the ball rolling, do not continue to accept those low jobs, because that's what they're going to expect. And the value of Raised Landscaping, the value of my company, is just not on that spectrum. We're up here. You know what I mean? So price accordingly.